so many questions. So good afternoon once again. So as the earlier speaker also saying, are we all sleeping or are we still all awake, right? So I think I would request, if this team also can just come in front, it would be really good. And so after the sumptuous lunch, yeah, you feel a bit drowsy, but I'm happy that, the second session I'm taking. So today, first of all, I would like to thank Talis while he invited me to, put up some, nomination for the award. So we had done an extensive good launch this year, 6 months back. Something into AI itself, of course, because there's the AI session and everyone talks about AI in recruitment. In the morning session was there, AI in HR and all, but no one talks about compliance. Something in AI in compliance where really you think that artificial intelligence, AI or machine learning would really help in compliance management to ensure that right information goes from HR to the employee. You think that, something on those lines. Basic questions. So I've got a lot of questions, in fact, So basic questions around that, okay, fine, what is gratuity? Sometimes what happens is not the HR manager, but HR executive as well. While they are HR spokesperson, while they're interacting with the employee and they have questions and all, and if they want immediate answers, they can't go to the HR manager or they cannot go to consultant. Typically right now what happens is you log in, you try to send an email to your consultant clarifying the doubt. You are aware, 80-90% you are aware of that, but still you need a confirmation, right? So we try to build a tool around this, after a lot of permutation combination, where the tool basically it's a chatbot to start off with, and so you throw up questions of basic advisory services it gives up. Apart from that, the engaged customers which are there with us, it also gives them interactive, you can say, tracker. So I'll take you to the presentation. And if the internet connectivity is there, I would also do it live as well. So first of all, when we're talking about HR automation and all, let's see why automation is needed. What is HR automation and AI integration? So I think it enhances, as I was also talking in the morning, it enhances the engagement of an HR or an employee, or it just empowers him to do that, right? So that's why the automation needed. It has to propel. So 10 years back, HR automation itself was new thing, right? Now we have AI in HR automation. So every 5-6 years, we may just go, how will it act as an enabler for any HR professional to enhance his deliverable, to ensure in the end people experience. So that's the whole new thing. Another session which when I went, is HR dying? With AI and all in place, is HR dying? I said HR has to be renamed as PEER, PEER, which is People Experience and Enrichment Resource. Instead of say human resource. I think that's where we need to go next 5 years. So typical, you have like why the HR automation integrate, importing documents, doing all all the tasks which HR would enhance, or the tool would enhance you for that. So use of artificial intelligence in HR automation. In fact, just repeating the slide which was talked in the morning. First is error rates are increasing the documentation, so this will help affect the business. Companies that have unsustainable operation cost may also benefit from the savings, because I think someone was telling in the morning that HR automation actually is a cost, because it is more cost than employing an employee. The employees are more cheaper than that. But see, as you grow an organization, everyone is growing, infrastructure and all the companies are growing. As you grow an organization and the labor cost is also going to grow, then how will you leverage that when you have to reduce the cost? So automation is always a key, and it's very, very helpful. So just to answer the question who asked in the morning. So inadequate reporting should also prompt HR management to implement HR automation strategy. Or does it become a nightmare? You need to ensure all the coalition data is in place. Organization merging with acquiring new offices. So new offices, right from your people mobility to registration to finding new place. These are all things. If things are placed as automation requires, which people would be required to be mobile or which people to be shifting in out. Last but not least, finally, when a business is growing and expanding, automation can make the work involved with tracking hundreds of employees much easier. That's what the crux of the whole AI is with the HR. Now let's talk about compliance. So when we talk about compliance, we had various questions which were asked, but generally, typically, what kind of queries or questions an HR manager has or a compliance manager has. So challenges faced by the HR, while they are engaging with the employees. There may be, say workplace harassment, which should be there. Or you want to have changes in law. You're not aware that there are changes in law. There may be PF changes. Now, it's the last 3 years, a lot of change in law has happened. Whether you're really right, someone has forwarded you a WhatsApp message with all, rumors and all. Is it the right message? Or is it the right information? So change the law there. You have, you don't know whether your organization is under state or central, because there are different format, different compliances to be followed. If you're a state, appropriate government state or central, in earlier organization may be good, but this new organization you don't know that because the things are very different. And also depends upon industry to industry as well. Minimum wages, like some states there are minimum wages changes every 6 months. Some is annually. In Kerala it's every month, and you need to ensure that you are abreast with the knowledge, so that you don't falter on the basic laws. Then what if for example you have contractors or vendors on your premises working, and what about their compliances? For example, you want to know like last 5 what are my bottom 5 vendors. You may have maintained Excel sheets, you may have done audits and all, but information if you really want immediately, how would you get those? Those are the questions to enable fast business decisions. Something same like when are my licenses expiring in next 3 months? As simple as that, these questions. And you need to call a vendor, you need to call a consultant, or you need to make your own Excel sheet or own data and all, and then really that reliable data is there or not. So those are the questions or challenge which is faced. And basic advisory, like I was talking, gratuity, maternity benefit, what is maternity bonus? You need to be ensuring there are new things in that. So this is what we have launched as far as chatbot is concerned. So machine learning in compliance, that is what is SMERA about. So what is SMERA? It is specifically modified enhanced regulatory assistance. It talks about all the labor law acts and rules. We're integrating our flagship website, that's Comply for HR, with the SMERA chatbot. So it is almost, it is integrating day by day. So what does the chatbot do? It basically, based on the question you ask, it will query the information in the portal and answer the questions to you. That's all. So we just launched it 6 months back, and we really found good results, in fact, on that front. Then you have latest labor law notification, periodic updates, queries on day-to-day employment, impacting employee experience, as I said. And it's an enabler tool for professionals to make informed choices, especially the vendor compliance management tool which we have. And now, instead of you just going on the website or maintaining Excel sheets and all, you want to just talk to someone and get the answers. We're always good. And today we don't talk, we chat actually, right? So how about chatting with a person to get immediate information? That's what the chatbot does. And I was talking about interactive tracker for compliance repository. So some of the users, Comply for HR has around 4,000 plus users, and we have more than 300 plus clients. But some of the esteemed clients who have been, large clients who have been testing on this, they're happy to give their feedback as well. on the interpretation of law has become easy. Some says that the jigsaw puzzle. So these are the feedback received from all our clients and some users as well. So this is how I'm sure that Manmeet spoke in the morning, where you can go to complyforhr.com, which is a repository of all Indian labor laws. It's a free website. Any one state you can, it's a free website for any one state. You can just register yourself and log in, and you'll get this. So that's what the thing is. And yes, on that same page, you have this chatbot, which will be opened up. So you just put questions on this, and it will answer. So in fact, what I will do right now is, instead of actually taking you to the slides with the question, I will go for the live thing. But before I do that, I will just tell you in brief of 5 minutes about my company, Karma Management, and what we do and everything. So thanks for the patient hearing. So I'll talk about Karma. I'll just skip some slides, please. First of all, I would like to tell you about this Comply for HR website. So it gives you a repository, as I told. It's a free website. You should be, in any queries you have, you immediately refer on this. You have minimized notifications, which are uploaded, updated. So any of the states, you will have this and simple. Like, you don't have the notification, but you want to know, okay, fine, what is last 6 months, what is it current? You have the snapshot very ready. It's like a ready reckoner for you. And I think most of the states, the minimum notification is as old as 5 years. So you want to really dig out maybe 2 years back, and you want to have your own analysis done. The repository is already there. Similarly, you have these notifications, the Holidays Act. So you can, for a subscribed version, you can also create a checklist for your own company. For example, you are in a manufacturing setup, or you are in an establishment. You can actually create a checklist also, that what are the compliance to be followed. So this talks about that. The services which we offer is audit and compliance, payroll and compliance management. So we are complete HR and compliance management organization, right from learning and development, recruitment, HR shared service. That's what Karma has into. We are more than 18 offices pan-India, and to having 2 regional offices, one in Gurgaon and one in Bangalore, and the head office is in Mumbai. So the services offered, knowledge sharing, as I told, it's completely free tool, that is Smera, as well as Comply for HR, and there are cloud-based service, that is payroll. Then there are technology-enabled solutions which we have. So we are not a SaaS, or we're not a software company, but our technology is always an enabler to enhance the service deliverables and faster reach with the clients, and they also have everything on the tap of the button. So that's what we always constantly innovate, and also take feedback of the clients very seriously on that front. Some of the awards and recognition. So in ISO 9001 and 2015, as well as SA 8000 compliant, we received some awards like India SME Awards, Global HR Excellence. So as I told, we are 18 locations pan-India, plus we have 7 associate, like a franchise, you can say, associate company which were there with us. So I already spoke about that, the pan-India coverage which we have. We have around, also into temp staffing, which we have. So we have 4,000 plus employees. Current strength of Karma itself is around 160 employees, and then we have associates which are more than 180. So that's a strong workforce which we have pan-India to manage compliances and HR services in various organizations. I already spoke about this. Some of the awards which we got. In fact, we also got listed in APAC Insider, which is an Australian magazine. So it was good when we told them that what work which we do. It is always good to basically tell the world that what kind of work which we do, and given a chance. In fact, here also we spoke and we also submitted. Hopefully, we see what happens in the evening. So yeah, Comply for HR, we already spoken on this, the USPs. So as I told, we have technology-enabled solutions which is there. So eDoc, which Manmeet spoke, one of the 3 winners which we'll have, they'll have registered records, put up free. That is, like, the first 3 months will be free, in fact. It is very simple. As you know, if you are a large organization, maybe having 20, 30 offices span India, or maybe 100 locations. We have facility management company, they have more than 100 locations and all. And as you also know, that every state differs in compliances, differs in register record to be maintained. And you know that one of the inspector walks in, or there is some other audit, and you have to display all the registered records to him, and how quickly and how many manpower you will have to do that. At the same time, with the changes in laws, you need to ensure that you update your records as per the new formats. So your queries are answered with this eDoc tool, where only thing which you need is that you need to just give an Excel file, that's your payroll file, which consists of basic 4 documents. That's your, you can say your payroll, your leave, your transaction data and master data, and the software takes care of all the registered records to be maintained as per the statute, depending upon state to state. That's what you have it. Similarly, eCheck is like a tracker, and all this integrated. Now we are integrating it with the chatbot, which will enhance the help, or it enhance the decision for the HR or the compliance manager which is doing. So that's as far as my presentation goes. I'm sure that I have still more time. What I will do is I will now jump on to some questions were asked. So let me see if I'm connected. Yes. So this is a chatbot. I'm just taking this live. And some very interesting questions, in fact. So, oh, you can't view it? Okay, then I think I need to. Yeah? Okay. So some of the questions, I'll just run through some questions, and then I'll take more questions if you have queries and all. But just to basically show that what kind of interactive this tool does, in fact. There were some questions I'll just put up, like some says maximum amount for this. Okay, for gratuity, okay. So, simple, basic questions, and you have the answer.
This is an inbuilt one, Prateek.
It is an inbuilt. It is questions, and there is no one asking and answering. It is the chatbot which is interacting with you. So it's live I'm talking about. Someone asked that contractual sales employee does not meet target in first 2-3 months of the joining, like a probation period. Who was that? Someone? Ravi Gupta was there. You asked this question, right? So we'll just ask, so reframe it like, can I terminate an employee while in probation? Would that be the? Correct. So 2-3 months. So any employee. So he is talking about sales, but I'm asking a generic question. That see, again, the specialized questions and everything related to industry and all will definitely take time for the chatbot to answer those. But for example, your crux of the question was that, okay, can I what happens during probation? Can I throw out or not? So. So a probation has no lien on the job and his service can be terminated and employed without holding of an inquiry. And that is really, I'll tell you, one of the case law of Hari Singh versus Labor Code of 2006. So while that case law is there, in fact, within 6 months, while he's on probation and you say that he's on probation as per your appointment letter and all, you can actually terminate an employee. So, this may answer your question on this. Yeah, there was one question asked by Spriti that I'll take just one of this question. Is it mandatory for organization to encash earned leave? So can I encash earned leave? Do you know the answer? Actually, you cannot, You cannot encash earned leave. No, you cannot encash earned leave because whatever, you can only encash leave while only during separation, because leave encashment is actually kind of privilege. That's what it also talks about. So leave is a privilege. The PL cannot be encashed. You can only encash as per the your separation policy, if only and only.
There are organizations which has policy that you can encash your earned leave after a year if it is not utilized. So depending upon the company to company, there is.
So let me clarify this point. Depending upon state to state, for example, I'll just take 2 minutes on this. For example, say state of Maharashtra, the cap is 45 days of accumulated leave. You cannot encash leave. I'm just reiterating that. Forget the policies. The law, I'm talking about the law, and law policy cannot be above the law. So as per the law, as per Shop and Association Act, and leave comes under Shop and Association Act, respect to state laws. If your leave balance is up to 45, for example, that's a accumulation, the employer has to enjoy the leaves, or it gets accumulated up to the period specified. So 45 days is, for example, in Maharashtra, so he has to have the availability of the leaves in his balances. I mean, it should be around 45 days. If it goes beyond 45 days, then as per the policy of an organization, either you can lapse or you can encash. But you cannot encash, I'm again repeating, you cannot encash leaves while in service. There are facility management companies, I know for the fact, and we audit them and all, they don't allow the employee leaves. They mark it as absent if they're taking leaves. And at the end of the year, they give them 24 days leave encashment. Statutorily speaking, it's wrong. Wrong practice and non-compliance.
No, the question was slightly different. It was my question.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Smriti. My question was that in case a person has not utilized the earned leave, at the time of separation, is it mandatory for the organizations to encash that leave?
That is, yes, of course, because that is as per the law. In fact, you have policy or not, but if you have the leave balance, you need to definitely encash. And that is as per a full and final settlement it goes. The leave gets encashed because that's accumulated leave. So above that limit, you need to ensure that whatever the balance is there, unless and until there was a misconduct and all those things, those can be deduction, that's a different story. But if a legitimate employee who goes, while notice period is there and he wants to, he exits and there's the leave balance, say 15 days or 20 days, as a part of full and final settlement, you need to encash those leaves or you need to pay that. Yes. I'll take this question. Let me just go through this. In fact, there are some 3 questions which I liked. And there are 3 winner questions which I liked. And
we are about to, finish the time slot in next 2 minutes.
Yes, so 5 minutes more, in fact. So
I'll be able to accommodate only 2 minutes, Prateek, because
right.
I have other speakers to
Sure.
accommodate.
Like someone asked about attendance bonus, part of minimum wages. So attendance bonus cannot be treated as part of minimum wages under the Act, in fact. So see, if you're more, this will give you basic information about it, and you have more queries and all, you can always approach the consultant or us, in fact, and get more clarity on big thing. But sometimes you need this basic information very fast, right? So like I had logged in right now, I'll just ask, for example, this is the advisory part. There will be, say, when are my SNE license expiring? So which location? Because this company has 6 locations here, I'll just say Gurgaon, for example. So it'll give you this to renew. If I say how to renew, it'll give me the details of, in Haryana, the registration process is online, and below mentioned the documents and all. So again, just stating that the interactive chat and correct information, rightful information is available to you. And vis-a-vis, you going to 10 different people, that's what it is. So I'm through with these questions. There are 3 questions which someone asked, and they're a winner, in fact. One is, rule and notification of payment of uniform allowance. In what else the limit? Uniform allowance, which is there. Okay, that is someone from secure parking. And how to avoid gratuity payment to contract labor. I don't know who's Dilip Mohanty. All right, Dilip Mohanty. So these three companies are the winner. And one more is how to implement PF compliance in infrastructure industry for engaging large number of unskilled labor. Jignesh Shah. Yes. So I'll, of course, a lot of, I have positive time to answer, but any of this I can answer right away. Say, I'll just take this random, I will take Dilip's thing. How to avoid gratuity payment to contract labor. There are two case laws. In fact, one of the important cases was Binani Zinc Limited. Okay, Communico Binani Zinc Limited. If I have okay, why this a case law? Communico Binani Zinc Limited. Bonus and gratuity is to be actually, it's prerogative of the contractor or the establishment where the employee is employed, and the employer is no one but ultimate control over the affairs of the establishment, and he is only responsible to ensure the payment of gratuity more towards, and bonus also is mentioned here. But there are other case law which is recently common where they defy this, so it's a mixed thing. But Communico Binani Zinc Limited was very important that gratuity payment to the contractor is not the responsibility of principal employer at all. It's completely a prerogative of the contractor. So contractor charging you for a gratuity 4.81% of the basic can be ignored. You can tell them that that's not my prerogative. Unless and until you as a principal employer, you tell that I want this particular person for next 4 years, 5 years, and you insist. See, you cannot control the whatever kind of employees is deploying. When you start dictating, then you need to pay gratuity. Otherwise, if a job work is given, he is doing this, you don't have to pay gratuity. So that's it. I hope I have been in my time.
Exceeded by 3 minutes.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's okay. Exceeded by, now it's 4th minute. So can we have a bigger, louder, faster round of applause for him?
Thank you very much for patient hearing, and you can connect me again, and I have taken these 3 winners. So again, I'm just repeating the name: Dilip Mohanty, Secure Parking, and Jignesh Shah, Monte Carlo. So my team will be getting
Manmeet would help you out, and their team is also there outside, right?
Yes.
Someone is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much once again, and all the best for the day.
Now we know, in case if we have any.
Again, it's learning, right? It's like an infant. It's just 6 months, right? So it's learning. So all the questions which are posted, so I'll tell you how it works. All the questions were posted. If Smera is not able to answer, it goes back to my team. The expert sitting there has deliberations, and then they train the chatbot. So next time you ask the same questions and all, anyone else asks the same questions, then definitely there. So this kind of question which I got it's already been asked by many people, and that's how it was able to answer basic questions,
But it's really a good platform. Most of the time when managing director asks for something, at least HR is smart enough to handle this thing. Thanks to Prateek and Karma Notes. With this.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to India's first corporate news channel. We invite interviews, articles, press releases from your organization. Visit our portal www.indianconventions.com. Thank you.